So always looking for a challenge. Hi, La Tromba Music, Richard Stewart. Hi again. Always looking for a challenge. There's this very interesting sonata at the beginning of this cantata from Johann Sebastian Bach. Der Himmel lacht, der Erde jubiliert. The Himmel lacht. What's the Himmel? Is the sky. The sky is laughing and the earth is rejoicing. This is the cantata for 3 tromba da caccia and timpani. This was rewritten for Gottfried Reiche in 1724, and there was an extra chorale added at the end that after that he played, and it's extremely challenging. I'm going to play it on the piccolo trumpet. And by the way, after Gottfried Reiche died, this got put into the oboe or the violin part. Nobody could play it on the trumpet anymore. Gottfried Reiche was a very special trumpet player. Anyway, this is in C, and this is B-flat piccolo, as I showed in earlier. So my first note is an A on the, so I'll just play the chorale. So I double actually the sopranos in the choir. That's what the chorale is about. So fahre ich hin zu Jesus Christ, which is kind of an interesting thing because it's very, very high and very difficult and very tiring and very, it takes a lot of energy. And so this is the way I go to Jesus Christ, which is more like I better be careful I don't kill myself because it's in the extremely high register. But anyway. I just want to play it on the piccolo trumpet so you get an idea of how you would normally or not normally, how you hear it these days. When I went to find out about Gottfried Reiche and the trumpet da caccia, I actually heard the Leipzig Gewandhaus Orchestra playing Bach. It was Gerald Schwarz. He just became the new Thomas Cantor, which was Bach's job. Basically almost the job that Bach took on almost in 1723 when he came to Leipzig, which was almost 300 years earlier. Unbelievable. So Bach wrote this chorale and put it for the trumpet. Now, it's in C again, and the first overtone is not so difficult to get. It's the 16th overtone. Okay, now the difficulty is to get that high C, which is the 16th overtone, of course, yeah. But it's a little, because of the conicality of this specific bell, it's a little sharp, so I have to find where I can find the hand position. Because after that, I still have to go even higher. If you take a look at what's written here, I'm just trying to get this C and this high C to work together. So I got my hand positioned about here. It's a little bit cupped, and so I'm trying to get that high C to be in tune in this overtone. After that, I've got to go to a high D, and then a high E is basically open. Now looking at this intonation, this gizmo here from Korg, you can see that some of the notes are less successfully incongruent. Well, first of all, I have to put this in, I've got this instrument pitched in high in modern 442. So let's first of all get into 442 and not 415. Normally this would be a half tone lower. So I'm actually making it even more difficult in that I'm playing it a half tone higher than in modern pitch than Gottfried Reiche would have played it. But anyway. Now I'm a little bit flat here, so I'm going to be able to go up a little bit here. But not everything is possible to do. Sometimes you have to use hand reflection and manipulate added position of the tongue position. This is not, this is the high art of being able to control your body and the instrument and the natural circumstance or the natural phenomena of overtone resonance. So. So I'm about 20 cents too sharp, even with the hand reflection here. Well, when the choir is singing with you, and you got the resonance of all those singers around you, you being a little sharp, it allows you to get the stability of the tone, but then you can relax a little bit because the vibrations of the air around you from the singers will help stabilize your tone as well. And that's the interesting thing about the other two trumpet players who are involved in that too. When you play Bach cantatas, three trumpets, it's a lot easier to play the higher notes when you have a good intonating and somebody that plays the instrument and knows how to support the first trumpet. The difference between a great first trumpet and an excellent first trumpet, the difference between a godly first trumpet and an excellent first trumpet, the difference between a Reiche first trumpet and a godly first trumpet is always his second trumpet. That's the difference. Because that's the guy that's supporting that first trumpet player, you know. And it makes it a lot easier when you got good teammates, especially for the trumpet player, his second trumpet. And of course his third trumpet. And you have to make sure that the timpani's in tune also and supportive, not playing too loud, not being out of tune, really supporting. But anyway, this is the challenge that I'm still working on here, how I can possibly get this to work. Well, it was pretty close. The more I work on it, the easier it gets. So you can see what I'm about. That's what I'm about. I'm trying to do stuff like this and trying to play this as authentic as possible. And also, this instrument has to, you know, changeable bell. Don't forget that I can put other bells on it. If I put this bell over here and take, for example, this bell here, put it on the instrument. So it has other qualities. You might think, oh, I don't know, that high C sits a lot better with the conicality of this bell. Well, maybe it's a little tighter here, or a little more open here. How much hand reflection, the quality of the sound, the clarity of the sound, how it works together with two other players. So that's really what my research and development is about in terms of this instrument. But I need colleagues. You can't do it alone. Because music is not something you just do for yourself. On the 7th of May, I'm doing a concert. It's my final concert at the university here. And it's a benefits concert for the children and the women and people that maybe even older people, older men and women that had to have left the Ukraine because of the attack of the Putin regime. I don't blame the Russians, and I have a lot of Russian friends that are wonderful people. I just think that perhaps they're not informed about what's really going on and why Putin is doing this. And anyway, I'm not a politician, I'm a musician, and what I'd like to do on the 7th of May is, it's a benefit concert. I call it Concert for Kiev. Kiev still hasn't fallen, and Zelensky is still holding the Stanga, is still holding the flag of the Ukraine high. And I hope that they can come to some sort of an agreement to stop the violence and stop the killing. But there's a lot of children and defenseless women and older people that have had to leave the Ukraine, and therefore I'm doing this concert. It's a benefits concert. 100% of the proceeds go to the German Red Cross that is earmarked only for the Ukraine. Now there are a lot of other places in the world where people have had really bad shake, and there's bad things going on. Sometimes also, again, because of Mr. Putin. For example, I have some friends from Syria, and what went on in Idlib and some other places, it's really quite horrible. So added to that, I'm also offering 5, 6, 7 different instruments that from tuba over bass trumpet and alto horn and descant horn, French horn, and baritone horn, and flugelhorn, cornet, and trumpet for people from the Ukraine, but not only for people from the Ukraine. I think it's important for them, if they're here, to give them the opportunity to play with other young people. It's basically for children and for adolescents that are interested, but it can also involve, adults. When you have to run out of the door because a bomb is falling, and the only thing that get in your pocket is maybe your toothbrush, and not even that, and have to run away just with the clothes on your back because someone's trying to kill you, and end up in a foreign country, then I think it's, if you're a musician or if you love music, a lot of people will say, well, just give the kids a football and they'll just play soccer together and everything will be hunky-dory. But soccer is a competitive thing. Sport is competitive. Music is something that is conversational, something that is for to develop people's interaction with each other. It's not competition. It's coordination. It's cooperation. That's what I think is important. So these instruments I'll be offering for the Ukrainians, but not only for the Ukrainians. As far as I'm concerned, people can also from Syria or from Yemen, or maybe somebody from Africa that's had to leave because of certain situations and come to Germany, from Cameroon or from Senegal or wherever, Eritrea. I think it's important that people, when they have an opportunity to be able to help people, and to in their way, be able to offer, to make this world a better place. That's all it's about. It's never going to be a perfect world. It's just going to be people trying to do their best with and for each other. That's my credo. That's what makes me, or allows me, to get up in the morning, and gives me a reason for my life. Otherwise, there's no reason. And I hope that me having said that you understand that I mean this sincerely, and hope that you are inspired maybe by my altruism or my idealism about playing the trumpet, but also about what life is about. And I want to thank you for tuning into these YouTubes, La Tromba Music, The Man with the Horns. I'm going to continue to do them as long as there's some interest and as long as I'm in Germany. So very nice of you to have tuned in, and please write to me. I'm always interested in your opinions and suggestions. Bye.